Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I'm having a nice sort of overcast day, which is slightly warmer than yesterday, which was actually really icy, but it's not freezing cold, so I'm very grateful for that. Right, so I was going through my box of goodies and I came across the Serviette, which is rather fun, but it was incredibly wrinkled, and I thought, what can I do with this? I think it's a crafter's dilemma, is how to use things that we're fond of without actually throwing them away. So the first thing that I thought I would do was make a card, but I was worried that these creases would still show up. So I've come up with a solution for that. So let me walk you through this. The first thing that you need to know with a serviette is it normally has several different plies to it. So this one is a 2-ply serviette, but sometimes you get them and they're 3-ply. And you need to just pull that apart so that you're left with the top layer, and that is actually quite transparent, which is great. You can put some card underneath that. Having said that, don't always throw the backing piece away, because if you do junk journals and things like that, let me just show you, but there's a faint imprint on that of the design, and sometimes that could be quite nice as a background for a junk journal. So the first thing I did was to glue my serviette with a glue stick, just a regular one, and I glued that onto a piece of white card, and I ran it through my embossing machine with a little spotty embossing plate. And you can see how beautifully that has actually evened out all those little wrinkles, and they're not even noticeable. So it's what I would call a little distraction for the eye. I've then taken a piece of black plain card, and I've simply mounted my serviette onto that black card using double-sided tape. Magic stuff. If you've never come across double-sided tape, it's sticky on both sides, and it is indeed wonderful. I normally like to use just the blade of my craft knife to lift the edges up, because working with paints as I do, I find I don't like to have long fingernails, and then it's difficult to catch a corner to be able to lift it. So I've stuck down some of these double-sided tape edges, and if they don't come up easily, just make sure you rub them down in the corner. That is the secret. And so now I'm just taking this off to be able to mount this onto a second color. And in no time at all, we're going to have a lovely card out of what would have been something I would normally have thrown away. I'm normally quite careful with my serviettes, but every now and again one of them slides in the container where they're stored, or perhaps if I'm working with other people, that sometimes they get a bit crumpled and then they don't look great. So I have a piece of red cardstock here, which is going to be my base, and I have already mounted my serviette onto this black. So now I'm going to actually just take another color, and you can see that I'm picking up the colors from within the serviette, this sort of creamy color and the black, just to layer it up and give it a bit of interest. And again, I've prepared this with some double-sided tape. So the last thing I'm going to do now is just to lift this up. And this would be a lovely card for somebody if you were going out for dinner, a special friend that you have a good laugh with, or even just a gift for somebody. You know, if you're going to somebody perhaps you don't know, and perhaps a bottle of wine is the gift that you're giving them, even a housewarming present. It actually is rather a fun little serviette. And because it's already got wording on it, you don't need to even consider sentiment. So how easy is that? So I'm going to use my card in what is known as a landscape format, and I'm going to take all these mounts which I've now stuck together and just simply center this like so and press it down. And I'm really happy with that. I've gone from my crumpled serviette like so, which would have normally gone to the bin, to a really lovely card. And I really just hope that that will inspire you not to throw things away without giving them some thought. But I also went one step further, because remember I said don't throw away that backing. Well, I glued some of that backing down onto a piece of card, and it's given almost a shadow effect. It's just on white card. I've run it through the embossing machine, and this would be a nice background for another project, but probably more like a journal card than a greeting card itself. So I hope that you will be inspired. Get making cards, and they're always lovely for presents. Quite often in the past, I've given people as a birthday gift or even a Christmas gift a set of cards that I've made, and that has been the gift. So please be inspired. I'd love to hear your comments, so you can comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and please consider subscribing to my channel, and that will make sure that you always get the notifications when the new videos come out. Okay then, enjoy your day. Bye for now.